So this work is looking at the Black Atlantic, the Middle Passage, and I'm, if you like, re-narrating that particular chapter in history. I argue that in fact the enslaved acted as portals and carried various mnemonic networks of sound over to the Caribbean basin and to the Americas from the continent of Africa. I'm arguing that in fact it was the sonic language and the new languages that were created in the hold that went on to retain the African cultures that we now see within the transnational African diaspora. I've always been very, very conscious, of ruptures, racism, classism. I was brought up in London to an Afro-Jamaican father and a white English mother. But then moving to Berlin later in 2010, the work very much became a research-based practice because, for a start off, the oldest phonograph archive in the world is in Berlin, the Berlin Phonograph Archive. That gave me the opportunity to actually listen to the earliest recordings ever made. And these paintings are read on a threefold platform as cartographic depictions, unfixed graphic scores, and cosmic constellations. There's this sort of carnivalesque aspect to this particular Biennale, but that's just one of the layers that they're actually looking at. But because they want to take these very, very problematic colonial histories and look at them away from the obduracy and look at maybe various different elements of protest in which the Black community, and especially in the transnational African diaspora, have been able to reinvent and to retain, the Africanisms that I spoke about before. And because Carnival, in fact, was a revolt as well. As a somewhat political artist, my goal is not to hit people over the head. My goal is to seduce. So therefore I use a lot of, I do use a lot of beautiful colors. So the initial viewing, I want to seduce the viewer, bring them in, and then they can decide, what layers they actually want to confront or form a relationship with.